Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Keys, and today we're going to look at the custom M44 high-end marksman rifle in the Division. This is a real-world weapon and served the Soviet Union and Russia for many years. The first model was introduced in 1891, and it was called the M1891, and was the longest-serving bolt-action rifle in world's history. It was used, it was actually introduced by the Imperial Russian Army in 1891, hence its name, and served until the 1940s with its last update in 1930. There was a carbine version, which was called the M38, which was issued during World War II, and the M44 carbine entered trials with about 50,000 units in 1943 and began service in 1944. So let's go take a look at mine. As you can see here, there's 4 mod slots. I have 162% headshot damage, 41.8k damage per shot, rounds per minute of 55 and a mag of 10. The base mag on this gun is actually 5, but I have a mod slot. So on mine I have Meticulous, I have Prepared, and I also have Brutal. So I'm really looking for damage at increased range and damage at headshot accuracy. I'm actually extremely lucky. This is the first roll I ever did with my 182 gear score blueprint. So as you can see, some of the mods that I looked for in this gun, I wanted to increase the base magazine from 5 to 10, so I did that with my extended magazine, and also increase my reload speed. I have large optics, which increases headshot damage and accuracy, a large muzzle, which increases stability and accuracy, and a large underbarrel, which increases accuracy and stability. The one thing to note about this gun, being a bolt action firing rifle, is that it fires much slower than the first wave M1A, SOCOM M1A, the Tenebrae, all those fast firing rifles. You'll see here after every shot, he has to load another round in the magazine, but you see the damage output is just insane. Headshots goes from 182 to 466,000, and body shots go from 41,000 up to upwards of 160,000. Now, what's nice about these guns in comparison to most primaries is that you don't have that damage fall off, given the range of these weapons are so high. You'll notice when I zoom in, there's very little recoil whatsoever. I know I am close up here, but we're going to look at targets 2 and 3 to see how that stability and accuracy doesn't overly diminish when you're shooting at a distance. I absolutely love this rifle. I was a huge fan of fast firing rifles at the beginning, just because I wanted to be able to do a lot of running, gunning, and things like that. But when you get up to challenging modes and the incursion, you need to be a bit more strategic in what it is you're doing. So oftentimes it's great to find some cover and to take some long range shots. And this gun packs a punch. You can kill red bars in 1 shot. You can kill purples in 2 to 3, and you can take yellow bars down quite easy. And we'll see that when we look at the PvE side. You can see as I'm zooming in and hitting the headshots, the reticle really does, it pops up a tiny little bit, but it returns right to where it left off, so you're not losing any of that damage that you would get from headshots. You're going to be consistently hitting your shots every single time. So let's go take a look at what we can do here in PvE. One of the key things to keep in mind when you're using a bolt action rifle is that it might not fire as quickly than any of the fast firing rifles, but it does pack a punch. As you can see here, I can take out any of my enemies within 1 shot. I know a lot of the time when you have a first wave M1A, SOCOM M1A, a Tenebrae, any of those fast firing sniper rifles, you can still take out red bars in 1 shot. But it's just crazy to see 206,000 headshot damage, 198,000 headshot damage, 182,000 headshot damage, 197,000 headshot damage. I guess like the whole point I'm trying to make there is just that this gun packs a punch. It might not make a huge difference when you're looking at the red bars, but when you're looking at yellow bars like you see here, I can take a yellow bar out very, very quickly. When I'm looking at using a fast firing rifle, I'm gonna probably need about twice as many shots. So it really comes down to what your preference is in some cases, but also in all honesty, I was really not a big fan of bolt action rifles until I got this particular role. But it's nice to be able to kind of go in, and I don't find it as slow as I thought it was. I know when I first started getting, greens and blues and purples, a lot of the M44s seem to be, pretty awful. But as soon as you start getting really great mods and really great perks on these guns, it's absolutely fantastic. You'll see there 753,000 headshot damage on a guy. Like, it doesn't take long to take out your NPCs and missions when you're doing 750,000 headshot damage. I know that's a pulse, but when you think about it, when you're playing with a tactical group that all runs pulse and they know how to use it, you can basically be running pulse almost the entire time. You can even see here with purples, I can two-shot purples, very, very easy, and I don't even really need to be zooming in. Zooming in obviously helps. It's a bit more accurate, especially when people are moving, but it's not absolutely necessary with this weapon. You can even see on bosses here, I take quite a big chunk of health off of Lorraine every time I hit her with this particular rifle, and that's just not going to happen when you're looking at your typical primaries, assault rifles and SMGs and things like that, or any of the other sniper rifles that are more fast firing. So if you guys have discounted the M44 in the past, you should probably give it another try and just see how you like it. For the people who are loving it, keep doing it. I'm really enjoying this, and this is probably actually going to take over as my primary sniper rifle from my first wave M1A and my Tenebrae. So hope you guys liked the video. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, everyone.